Aloha Aina is a phrase that um, talks about the interconnectedness of humans and nature. And when humans care for the land cares for the humans. It's the idea of reciprocity and also that symbiotic relationship. And so the reason that we're gathering in Hawaii is because Hawaii is um, beautiful, abundant, resilient. It's a piece of lava. There was nothing but just magma that hardened in the ocean. And on that hardened rock came so much life and so much paradise and so much resiliency. And on the east side of the island in Pahoa, and specifically Puna, it's a lava zone one. And because it's a lava zone one, which means that the volcano could erupt and spill on that part of the land, as Hawaii is still an active volcano, the government never invested infrastructure to develop it. But because the energy of the island is resiliency, the people there did. And for that reason, there are a lot of off-grid communities that are really like getting a glimpse of the future when it comes to understanding how to work with solar energy, how to work with rain caught water, water retention, how to work with composting, composting toilets, um, permaculture, soil restoration, because they have developed many of the solutions to live simply and with the land in the way that we're now looking to do on a planetary level to solve the um, regenerative needs for the entire planet. And so we're in a really exciting moment of time right now where we get to be active co-creators in not only the present moment, but also really work together to shape and redefine what tomorrow can look like. And we have a lot of information and we have a new fire of AI to accelerate networks of intention and impact. And as we're doing this work, it's really important for us to remember to not just come at it with the doer's mindset of regenerating the planet, but to really understand that there are not only the sustainable development goals, there's the inner development goals. And those inner development goals are our personal health. So if we look at this wheel here, it's just a quick overview and we'll go through each one of the weeks, but the wheel gets a beautiful glimpse into what it looks like to start with the regeneration of the self, all the way from the point of conception and ancestral healing with Āina with the birth into being method. And then I'm leading the second week of the gathering. This begins in February. So the first week of February is Āina with clearing our ancestral trauma, clearing our conception and birth trauma, and being able to reawaken the body into orgasmic states of birthing, not only re-experiencing our own personal birth in an orgasmic state, but what it looks like to come into the many reiterations of the self as we go through massive life changes to not reenact our birth trauma, but to do it from an orgasmic present place. Um, the second week, I'm going to be leading Harmonize, which is all about voice activation, singing, clear communication, vibrational medicine, and being able to listen to one another and listen to the planet so that we can truly become intuitively guided and directed, authentically expressed stewards of the earth. The third week, we have Ian Michael with Holos, who you just got to see the live interview with. He's super inspired. He's of deep integrity, a lot of experience with eco-retreat development, now eco-village development, and he brings a strong emphasis on what it looks like to be in right relationship with the locals. Um, and that's really important as we have accelerated as a digital nomadic working culture. We have sprawled. A lot of us have left our home countries and we've sprawled into countries where we can live a more elevated lifestyle, but that comes at the cost of impacting the culture, specifically with currency and with fiat, and changing the dynamics that were natural before digital nomads and entrepreneurs arrived. And so, how can we really sustain the local authentic culture and respect the people while we are developing communities and businesses abroad? And while Hawaii is still considered the United States, it's actually its own sovereign kingdom. And so we're going to be bringing in every single week the Hawaiian kingdom and the Hawaiian indigenous voices and leaders and culture carriers and giving them a place to be seen, heard, and to engage, including scholarships. The fourth week, we're bringing in Chad and Mopta, and I'm going to start scrolling down here so you can see what we're looking at. Early bird is until November 15th. Super, super easy to sign up. Um, and so here you'll see all of these details. It has the dates, it has the bio of the guide. You'll learn all about the experience. We actually break down the week so you can understand what it is that the days are going to look like. And then because this is a professional and personal incubator, we're really creating work-life balance, which I'll come to in a minute. There's also personal benefits and professional as well as career transition benefits, because we're really supporting people to become that planetary solution. And a large part of that is no longer separating our personal life from our professional life. So down to week 4, this is with Chad and Mamta, Chad Freshman, Mamta Mehra, and they are the creators of Project Drawdown. Project Drawdown is the world's most comprehensive guide to climate mitigation and regenerative solutions. It was an 8-year research and compilation project funded by the United Nations. And as that organization became compromised by corporate interests, the founders left to create a new foundation called Regeneration. I recently had the opportunity to work within that team for 5 months after I took their 15-week education course last year. And absolutely, both the course and working within the team was life-changing. And so I really highly bet for what it is that they're bringing forward, both as consultants and as educators, to help everybody recognize their ability to be in the solutions of regeneration and climate mitigation. So we're going to be visiting every single week. We're going to be taking field trips across the island, going to different eco-villages, different permaculture projects, different sacred sites. And so we'll be getting hands-on experience as well as personal business consultation with all of these teachers are incredible consultants. They serve as the trim tab where they can just give just a little bit to completely elevate, expand, and redirect your project, whether it's in somatic healings or it's in environmental or social solutions. The 5th week, we're going to be dropping into the Indigenous Hawaiian teachings and sacred ceremonies, connecting with different leaders across the island. Here I have pictured Kumu Ramsey, but this is going to be a beautiful moment to be really getting into the practice of the magic of aloha. The magic of the aloha, the magic of the ho'oponopono, and understanding how the Hawaiians traditionally worked with the land, how they communicated with the land. The Hawaiian language has actually was originally mostly vowels, and each one of the vowels represents a different element. So when the Hawaiian people were speaking their native tongue, they were actually evoking elements through their communication. I think that's just like one tidbit of information that's very interesting. And we're also going to take a good look this week at not only different ceremonial practices and visiting sacred sites across the island, but what does it look like to create harmony with the Kingdom of Hawaii, with the United States government, and what does it look like to start bringing together the Hawaiian indigenous tribes people together the same way that the Lakota have been given their many of their rights, and they've been given land back the same way that the people in the Amazon are coming together now and reclaiming their rights in their land. How can we do that on our own soil for the Hawaiian indigenous and really have them be seen? From there, we're going to lift it back up. We're going to be working with Chris Berry, Grammy Award winning performer, musician. He is a wildfire. We also recently did an interview with him. So this is going to be a week of learning all about the Banakuma. And the Banakuma is a sacred altering that happens through dance, that happens through evoking the elements. We're singing these African songs and we're doing these African dance moves and we're learning how to play African drums. And every single part of it is a worship to the elements, to the fire, to the water, to the earth, all of that, because that's what we're made from. And so all of these are getting us deeper into being integrated with an extension of Gaia so that we can live our lives embodied as an extension of her through our professional and personal lives. And then week 7, we're going to have Lucian Tarnowski, the creator of Up Games. Lucian is very well known globally for bringing together beautiful visionaries that are surrounded around impact, soul family. This whole gathering is soul family, but Lucian has really, him and his wife Tatiana have really devoted themselves to gathering the soul family as a beacon of light all around the world. And so this week we're going to bring him in, and we're celebrating spring equinox. For spring equinox, we have a really big prayer planned where we're planning to go to the top of Mauna Kea, the tallest mountain in the world from sea level, to bring together a massive prayer for world peace. And we're going to be bringing all of the energy, all of the information, all of the wisdom, all of the guidance from the previous 6 weeks and bringing that up to Mauna Kea. Currently, we're also in talks with some of our elder council that are helping steward this project about getting a peaceful as part of this prayer. Maybe on the top of the mountain, we don't know. We're still working on it, but getting a peaceful actually going, as well as collecting dreams and wishes from other congruent projects. So there's a lot of partnership that's emerging. On top of that, what's really special about this week with Lucian is we are partnering with Blue Planet Foundation. Blue Planet Foundation is an incredible partner of Gaia Temple, and they have converted the Hawaiian Islands to 30% renewable energy. And now they're traveling around the world, teaching other island nations how to do the same. They're actually just now trying to get into Indonesia. So that's exciting because, as you know, I have that's one of my bioregional locations as well, one of my homes. So we'll be staying on Hank's ranch for half of the gathering. Hank has an incredible piece of property on the Kona side of the island, the other side of the island. So we're going to be going deep over there. Something else that I didn't mention is during Ian Michael's week, we're going to be on the same side of the island for half the week, working with Vanessa Stone, working with, there's an actual village project that has formed, the One Village Project on the other side of the island. And we're going to be working in the taro patches. We're going to be learning how these different families learned how to work together, co-developing their businesses so they have a very healthy, thriving form of interdependence and symbiosis that is restoring the indigenous Hawaiian ways of working with the land while also bringing in new technologies. And something I'm excited about is we are proposing multiple projects. And I think it would be really interesting for us to use our collective vision and power to start to put together a strategy for what would it look like to turn the Hawaiian Islands into 30% an agriculture project where we could feed at least 30% of the people, at least 30% of the food is resourced from the land itself in Hawaii. And then finally, our last week, week 8, is all about world peace. So coming off the back of that spring equinox ceremony, our large prayer for peace, bringing in the elders, bringing all the people together. This is the week that we land the plane. And as we land the plane, we take everything that we've learned from our personal regeneration to our professional regeneration to our planetary regeneration. And we come up with a new manifesto for the Earth. And the manifesto for the Earth is really our collective commitment to reimagine humanity's relationship with our planet. And we get to empower ourselves through this process. Maybe we want to do it through music. Maybe we want to do it through dance. Maybe we want to do it through documents. Maybe we want to do it through guides. But this is really an experience to get hands-on skills, developing what the future could really look like. And so this is going to be really based on each and every single person showing up. You can see here on the website, there's an example of things that we could look at, like pledges, future vision, active principles, collective commitments, sacred recognition. And so during all of these 8 weeks, something that's really important is to understand that we're creating work-life balance. Lokahi. Lokahi is a word in Hawaiian for balance. And the traditional Hawaiian cultures didn't separate work and life. They brought their music and their joy and their families into the land when they tended the land, when they built the homes, when they built the fires. It was all together. And that's really the holistic lifestyle that we're trying to bring back with focused areas for work. And so an example daily schedule is we come together for sunrise sadhana, whether that's meditation, whether that's prayer, whether that's chanting. It's going to change throughout the weeks. There's an optional guided fitness class. I love teaching bar. I've started teaching bar method lately. It's a blend of yoga fused with ballet. Amazing. So if you're coming to the second week, you're going to do some bar. And then we have a facilitated co-working lab from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single day. And we have incredible facilitators that are coming in that are serial entrepreneurs that can help you with creating structure, creating workflows, expanding your network, raising funds, asking for support along the way. It's really about how can we make sure that we're moving forward in all the ways, and also using the daily inspiration to expand our personal and professional projects along the way. Meals are going to be prepared for lunch and dinner every single day. Breakfast is open. There's over a dozen fruit trees growing on the property alone, with an incredible, huge, super well-equipped kitchen available 24/7 for all the guests to access. And then we have our daily guided workshop. So every single week where we have one of those guides coming in, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., that's the time that we really come together and we really learn and we collaborate and we create cohesion and symbiosis. Um, and then evenings are open to song circles, fires, soaking in the wood burning hot tub that's filled with geothermal water from spring ocean. Like it's amazing. Every Friday we're going to be taking a field trip to a sacred site across the island. So for example, the first week of February, where we have Āina, we're going to be going down to the Kilauea volcano and being in the womb of the earth, and we're going to be over the steam vents where there's like the breath of Pele coming out to nourish the body and breathing it into our own body, the breath of the active lava. It's so beautiful. And then we're going to go visit Queen's Bath to do Watsu and natural geothermal oceanside heated spring pools. And then we're going to go to a incredible sanctuary where we'll be soaking in tubs. We'll be looking at what it would look like to actually create the island's very first birthing center. I can't believe Hawaii doesn't have a birthing center yet. And we'll be doing full body papaya scrubs, avocado scrubs, like doing body nourishment that day. So that's just an example of one of the field trips. And as you go further down, this is the invitation. The invitation is word of mouth. We are really doing invitation mandala style, calling forward our soul family. This is soul family, so it's personal invitation, it's personal outreach. So if this video is coming to you, know that you are included as a steward of inviting that soul family here. But you can see how we're integrating digital support, how we're integrating professional support with really strong, reliable Wi-Fi, comfortable designated workspaces that are silent, outdoor workspaces where you can be more social and engaged. There's really incredible quiet hours to support everybody's rest. In the career development labs from 8 to noon, you're going to have support to one-on-one professional coaching, project development support, goal setting frameworks, network acceleration, and there's a healthy amount of flexibility. So if you come for 1 week, that first week that you're on site, we're going to ask that you come to all of the facilitated activities. If you're there for longer than 1 week, then you get to be your own steward. You get to be your own guide and manage your time the way that you like. Of course, you're going to want to be at the workshops, but that's up to you. The other thing to really ensure work-life balance and like a real village model here is this is multi-generational. That means that we welcome the keiki, who are the children, and we also welcome the kapuna, who are the elders. And this is because real healing happens, real change happens across generational lines. Imagine if you had spent your entire life working towards a world vision of peace, harmony, symbiosis, and you were, in your 80s. And all of a sudden you got to see people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s who are like still at it and learn about the progress that's happened since you were able to like just lean back and rest in the knowing that the world will take care of itself. How rewarding that would be and how much we can learn from that, as well as the innocence that children bring into a space. It was told to me by one of my teachers that if a child isn't in the room, that there isn't the purity, there isn't the innocence for us to really continue in that sacred way. And so we provide practical support, such as the property is a very safe gated property where kids can feel safe to play and explore. There's really nothing dangerous on the land. There's childcare coordination available, and it's very family friendly meals. And so this is it. This is all of the beautiful things that people are coming together for. Fruits grown on the land, hideaway hammocks in the ancient mango grove. We're right on the beach, right with private sacred mermaid pools. It is a regenerative eco village. That means that it's solar powered, rain caught water, composting, wood burning hot tubs, and we get to eat our meals together. We get to really see what it's like to live in a community and also practice boundaries and interdependence rather than codependence in that space. So that is the entire sign up, and I'm just going to take you here so you can see what it looks like. We have this incredible registration page. I want to just plug Zephy real quick. Zephy is an amazing site that doesn't take any overhead costs. And that's amazing because as a church, Gaia Temple is a church. When you sign up for this retreat, you get to write it off as a tax deduction. This is a tax deduction for you to come be here, to be a part of this meaningful gathering, because it's all going to the church and it's going to fund the church's future initiatives, which are more projects like this, as well as furthering harmonize the vibrational medicine modality to really support the recovery of women, children, and refugees through PTSD. And so you can see here are the prices. Just to come for 1 week, it's 2,400 right now with the early bird. After the early bird, it's going to be up to $3,000. We'll tier it down. So right now, super early bird is 20% off. We will knock it down to 10% off. So try to get here before November 15th. But you can see it starts at 2,400, and then from there it continues up in price. That is a typo, so I'm going to come back to that. But here we are. And then after that, it increases by about $800 per week. Oh gosh, what happened here? That's what happened. Okay, so the numbers just got kind of confused. So I'm going to go and I'm going to clean that up. But you can see here are the prices. And it goes up by, so the first week is 2,400. The second week is 4,000. So a little bit less than double the cost. And then after the second week, it's $800 a week. And that includes private room, your food, your education, your professional support, and field trips all across the island. So it really is a beautiful opportunity here. And thank you, Angela, for being the angel who is grounding this call with me right now. And I'm really excited for you to be this deep in the center of it. I love you. And I'm going to take this off a screen share and record now.